Here we go. Hey friends, Henry Flowers here with Protecting Black Life. I'm with DJ. He's the director of
Chastity Education
at Pregnancy Center East. And hey DJ, so quickly, I want you to share with me. Talk to me about how when you sat in one of my trainings, where I talked about when you're at the pregnancy center and you're there to speak to a young guy, and a lot of times you get young black guys that come in, and there's a cultural gap there. How do you, as a white guy who maybe have never been through some of the things that this guy who's sitting across from you with, you know, dreadlocks and tattoos, and maybe he got gold teeth in his mouth, how have you learned from me what it takes to bridge the gap and get to a point where you can really relate to the guy and possibly help him?
Yeah, myself and some of the other men that volunteer at the pregnancy center, it is sometimes difficult because there's that cultural gap. But using some of the insights that you brought to the training, it helped myself and others just to see, kind of cut through all of the distractions you mentioned. Maybe if someone has tattoos, you see a certain reflection of maybe someone with tattoos. You might be afraid, or you might think a certain thing. Just going past that and the way someone's dressed or anything, and seeing the person, and you really pointed to the fact that everybody's looking for something. How are they in that situation? We're the same, and it's really great. It really helped me to just meet the person exactly where they are, and then take them on.
Yeah. So have you in time past had some real fear or some apprehension about how do I relate to this guy? Have you had some real fears in the past?
I wouldn't say exactly fears, but I had some hesitations of how in the world am I going to relate to this person? Because obviously we probably have two different perspectives on life, different experiences. So how in the world am I going to relate to this person and communicate? How are they going to care about anything that I say?
Right.
And what you've done is you've helped me to kind of get over that, and now we're not two people dressed differently or from different experiences, different cultures. We're two human beings creating the image and likeness of God, that are searching for truth and meaning and the real purpose of life.
Yeah.
Real manhood.
Yeah.
Right? Right. Because we all want that. We're all confused about manhood. We don't know what it is. Right? We're just trying to prove our manliness in whatever way.
And we got our own definitions.
Yeah, we all have our own definitions.
Right.
And so if you speak the truth speaks to everybody.
Yeah.
And so that's amazing. And that helps us to really, like for example, I remember just speaking with one guy, and we started talking about some struggles that he was going through. And this guy was a rough, tough guy. He did have a criminal background, and he was actually facing, he was currently fighting a charge, and he was facing some serious jail time. He had the tattoos and just using some of the techniques of just setting that stuff aside and meeting him where he's at. This guy was brought to tears, and we did the ultrasound and everything, and I saw him meet his fatherhood. He completely, in that moment, I mean, this is not typical, but he immediately changed his mind and said, I just saw him embrace his fatherhood, and he said, I can't get rid of this baby. And that was just one particular case that was awesome. And on the outside, a couple years ago, I would look at that person and say, how in the world could I ever offer any value to this person?
Yeah.
We can't communicate effectively, or we can't identify with ourselves.
Yeah.
But it is possible.
Yeah.
It's possible for me, for anyone, no matter what your background is, to meet another human being, and it's great.
So it's about establishing a point where they know that you care about them as a person.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's great. Hey folks, listen. This is what we're talking about. This is some of the work that we're able to do when men come alongside our young men to help them become great men. So Henry Flowers here with Protecting Black Life, saying come along with me to help me and to help DJ to help you become the guardians of those who cannot guard themselves. God bless you.